Welcome back, everybody. This is week 2 of the Verlinde Insurance Claim of the Week video blog. Last week had a lot of good feedback. One item that I really wanted to take action on, some feedback that I got, was from my wife. She said, look, if you're going to do another one of those video blogs, you need to do two things. You really need to get a haircut, and you need to dress up a little bit because you look like a slob. So, got the haircut, put on a little bit nicer clothes for this one, and we're ready to rock. Changing it up again a little bit this week. It's my video blog. I'm going to change the rules. When I ran the report of claims that we had this week, didn't find anything too exciting to talk about. So I'm going to talk about a claim that happens quite often in the fall, and it is a vehicle versus deer crash. First day of fall was yesterday. Deer are starting to move, and we're going to start seeing a lot of these claims. I'm going to tell you two things. Number one, how this type of claim is handled, and also how to stay safe and avoid, but stay safe during, oh, hold on, I got to get the door. Sorry, just a neighbor kid. Stay safe during an accident. A deer car accident has historically always been settled underneath the comprehensive coverage on your auto policy. Comprehensive coverage covers you for things like fire, theft, a flood if your car is ruined by water, if a tree falls on it, or if you hit an animal. Also vandalism. You typically have to pay your comprehensive deductible. It doesn't affect your rates. It's not an at-fault collision. They do blame the deer for jumping out in front of you, so it's not going to affect your rates in the future. But recently, we actually have seen some companies start to settle these under a collision if the insured has broad form collision. Broad form collision waives the deductible if you're not at fault. Therefore, we're seeing a lot of companies settle it under the broad form collision if it's beneficial to the insured. In other words, if their deductible is going to be less under the collision than it is on the comp, they'll settle it under the collision. Here in Michigan, according to the Michigan State Police, typically an average year has over 60,000 car deer accidents. They say that about 80% of the accidents happen on a 2-lane road in between the hours of dusk and dawn. Deer are herd animals. They tend to travel in groups of 3 or 4, and they like to walk in a single file line like good kindergarten students. So in other words, if you see one come across the road, more than likely there's a couple more behind it, so need to slow down. It's always important to not swerve to miss a deer or make any crazy moves to try to avoid it, because it is more dangerous to be involved in an accident where you swerve off the road and hit a tree or hit another vehicle or hit a sign than it is to actually hit the animal itself. And also, if you do swerve to miss a deer, you don't hit it and you end up in the ditch, it's going to be an at-fault collision. So that's kind of some guidelines there on how to stay safe. What we are going to do is Verlinde Insurance is going to have a little contest to make this interesting. What I want people to do is I want you to visit facebook.com/Verlinde Insurance, become a fan of our page, and write on our wall, and when you think our agency will have its first car deer claim, you have to pick a date and a time after October 1st of 12:01 a.m. Whoever is closest to guessing the time of our first accident in our agency will win a $25 gift card to the restaurant of their choice. Let's have a little fun with this. Tell your friends and family to check out the site, check out the blog, and take a guess on take a guess on when the unlucky person is going to nail that first deer for the year. Thank you very much for stopping by, and we'll see you next week.